Hey, Shane, how's it going? Will, from 77 WABC Sports. How's it going? Congrats on the win, first of all. I'm a fellow New Yorker. I know you're from New York. So what does this mean to win here and, probably in front of a lot of your friends and family? What does that really mean?
It was awesome, man. Walking out and hearing the pop when they announced my name. It said "Fighting out of Monroe, New York," and the crowd went fucking wild. That was electrifying. That was awesome to hear. That's 7-0 at New York, so that's pretty fucking cool stat. But yeah, man, I'm excited.
Awesome, man. Thank you. Congrats again.
Thank you.
Shane, you'd expressed interest in obviously re-signing now that your deal has ended. Dana also said the same thing. He really wants to keep you as well. I mean, are there any other options out for you, or are you really looking at the UFC only?
There's always options. I mean, I'm obviously willing to hear other options, but I pride myself in being a UFC fighter. I love fighting for the UFC. The staff is amazing. It's such a well-oiled machine, and I've had what's that? That's my 11th UFC fight. So I've had 18 total pro fights, and 11 of them in the UFC. So it's almost like I'm just so used to fighting for the UFC, and it's so spoiled. Like we have the PI making us food, and we have the masseuses that are here giving us massages. I'm like, if these other promotions don't have that, I don't think they have much to offer.
I get you. So you mentioned between round 2 and 3 that your legs were kind of tired out from the body triangle, right? How does it feel like when you're moving in there? Like what is it like?
Oh my God, that never ever felt like that. Ever. I've never felt like that in training. I was gung-ho on getting a finish in the first round. I really thought I had him. I remember at one point saying, "It's done, it's over." And he got out. And then the second round, I get his back, and I have it for like, 4 minutes of that body triangle. And I felt fine holding it. I wasn't squeezing terribly. And then the bell rings, and I stand up, and I'm like, holy shit, my legs. Like, I can't even, what the fuck? And then my coach is like, coaching me in the corner. And then they're like, how do you feel? I'm like, oh, I feel great. I'm good. I was like, my legs, standing up off the stool, I was like, fuck. This is just going to be mental toughness and grit for these next 5 minutes. I knew I was up 2-0, and I knew that he knew that, so I knew he was going to come at me crazy in that round.
Now, you've obviously fought all over the state, right? But in Madison Square Garden a couple times, you fought here now, you fought in 2 places in Long Island. How does this crowd compare to some of the other crowds as far as them kind of welcoming you, the local guy?
Yeah, I fought MSG 3 times, and that was the best crowd. That was the best crowd. That was wild. Again, when they said my name, and then every time I would go for the choke and I get it on his neck, the crowd would go crazy. That would get me even more pumped up. That was an awesome crowd.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Question on I don't know if you got a chance to see the judges' scorecards. One judge gave you a 10-8 in round 2. The other is 10-9. Do you feel either which way, which one was the correct score, just in your opinion?
Yeah, my brother was saying it too. I think that the second round, he said that was a 10-8. That was a 10-8. I controlled the entire round. I almost submitted him a couple times. I didn't really get hit in that round at all. So, yeah, I think that's a justifiable 10-8, right? I mean, it depends on what you are you judging control for 10-8, or are you judging almost getting a finish, or are you judging damage? So it depends on what you would consider 10-8 worthy. And
one of the judges also gave you, the same judge who gave you that 10-8 also, it was a 10-9 for Jourdain in round 3. Even though it seemed like you were getting hit a lot. How are you feeling after? Because you did get hit a lot, but like you were getting in a lot back. Did you think it was maybe a 10-9 or a 10-8 in your head at the time?
No, yeah.
Did you ever think about that?
I in the moment I didn't think about it, but thinking back to it, I don't think it was a 10-8 because I was never wobbled or hurt. Even like he kicked me right in the face at the end of the round. I remember backstage, he was like, I kicked him in the face and he just ate it. He eats that shit for breakfast. And I said, that was a great kick, bro. I remember him hitting me in the face and he just like slapped me right across the face and be like, all right, that was a good shot. But yeah, like I said, I wasn't hurt or anything like that. It looked good on his part. My legs were just cement.
Hey, just a final closing question. You look pretty banged up, but, you got the victory. What are we doing tonight? You going out and celebrating or what?
Oh, hell yeah, man. I'm going right back home. I only live, 50 miles away, so I'm going right to a local bar that's down the road from my house, parking my truck at home, walking my ass up there. Me and my wife are going to celebrate.
You just fired me up, man. Thank
you. You're invited.
Shane, Jim Grease, MMA Weekly, right here.
Yeah.
Undefeated in New York.
Yes,
your
sir.
kid. I mean, here another building, another win for you in your home state. How's that feel?
It feels expect it at this point. I mean, anytime they say, "Oh, UFC's going to New York," I'm like, "All right, my phone's gonna ring any minute now."
And you were born in the Bronx, right down the road from here, so a lot of people in the stands, a lot of people rooting for you here, and your people in New York. So what's it like to go out there and put on a show like that for them against a fighter like him, and to have a war like that back and forth?
I wanted to finish. I really wanted to finish for the crowd, for myself. I wanted that fucking finish so damn bad. Overall, I got to watch the fight back because my coaches and everybody keeps telling me you're gonna think it's a lot better when you watch it back. But right now sitting here, I'm not happy at all with that performance. Not even a little bit happy. Like, I ended that fight with my legs feeling like absolute dog shit. I not happy with it.
Well, something to build on, right? It's always better when you
100%.
win.
Yeah, it's better to win and learn than lose and learn. So I'm definitely happy with that, and I still doubled my paycheck. So that's cool. Hindsight's 20/20, but fuck, I got bad taste in my mouth with how that fight ended.
Hey, Shane. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
And they announced they have plans to be at the Madison Square Garden around November.
Yeah.
Those are your plans too?
As soon as it got announced, everyone's like, "Oh, MSG in November." And I'm like, "Guys, I'm fighting Saturday." Like, let me just freaking get this fight. Like, we'll think about that in a little bit. Let me just get this fight out the way. But I did it 3 times already. It would be cool to do it again, yeah, I guess. But I'm not opposed to going somewhere else. I mean, I only fought in Vegas once. I've only fought out of the state only a handful of times. So if they want to send me somewhere else, I'm cool with that. And honestly, I like fighting earlier. Like, this is the last time I fought in Long Island, I fought at 4 o'clock. This time I fight at 2:30. I much rather that than the late pay-per-view start time, because my last fight was at 10:45 p.m. So that's brutal for me.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Listen, big dog, you're climbing the ranks, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you're gonna be fighting later. That's how it goes, you know.
Put me in Vegas.
So they were yelling Burgos and USA.
Yeah,
Now
yep.
you're like, dude, do I go for broke right here and get wild, or are you like, let's just play it cool so I don't get fucking.
What round? The third round?
No, the whole.
Oh, the whole fight.
The whole fight.
No, it was
You.
yeah, it was hyping me the fuck up. Dude, that motherfucker's tough. I had that on his neck, like cranking the shit out of his chin, trying to get him to force the, like, you get it on his chin, and then he's just like, all right, this hurts so bad, I'm gonna give you my neck. He wouldn't give me the neck. I was like, all right, I guess I'm just gonna break your jaw, and he wouldn't tap. I was like, holy shit. I get in that position, and when I do get in that position, it's over. I finish. Nothing but respect for the kid.
So I'm going to ask you a real question that everybody in this room does not know, and I don't even think you know. How do you judge a fight? Like, do you know what it takes to win a fight? Like, what are the specs to win a fight?
I can't answer that. I definitely.
How long have you been fighting for?
I've been training for 16 years. I've been fighting for about 12 years.
This is insane. Like, I think it's such a like, if you ask an NBA player, how do you win a game?
More points.
They have the answer.
Yeah.
I can ask multiple fighters, hey, what exactly do you have to do to win a fight that's close? Like, what puts you over the edge? And like,
damage, control, octagon. There's so much that you see, like the breakdown, right? It really is a shit.
It depends on the state, right?
Yeah. It depends on the state. It depends on the judges. It depends on the crowd. Like, the crowd, I feel like has a huge influence too. So, great question. Great. I can't give you an answer. I think we can do a better job with maybe judging reform. Like, I think more fighters should be judges when they retire, but there's not much incentive because I don't know if there's enough money for the guys to make a career out of it.
So you put on a show for the New Yorkers, like we talked about the other day. You were the Tiger Schulman's guy, putting on a lot of the other local gyms weren't on the card. So you had that huge crowd reaction. Is it Shane Burgos wants to fight in New York every time at this point? You're undefeated here. Is it November 12th you're looking at?
Like I said, I did it 3 times. It would be cool to do it again, but maybe if they offer me, I'm not gonna say no. I'm gonna say yes. My family, my friends all love that shit too, because that's even closer than here. But I'm not opposed to traveling. It just so happens every time a New York card comes out, I'm on it. I think that was the 14th fight in New York, and I was on half of them.
So a very impressive win. You just beat Jourdain, who was right on the cusp of being in the rankings. You were ranked number 14, I think, going in. I don't know if you called. Did you call anybody out post-fight?
No, again, after that, I'm not happy with that performance. How can I call somebody out after that last one? Like, that was like...
A win's a win.
A win's a win, 100%. A billion %. And happy with the first 2 rounds, but fuck, man, that bad taste in my mouth for the way that ended. And I'm a perfectionist, and I feel like that's what's gonna make me it makes me hungry, and it's gonna make me even better in the long run. Being this way, maybe I just need to watch it back.
Especially Jourdain's really young. That win might age very well.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
He will 100% be in the rankings. By the time he's my age, in 5 years, he's 100% gonna be in the rankings.
But give everybody an idea of what they could write about. Monday morning. Who might Shane Burgos be matched up with next? Give me a name.
There's a lot. There's a lot. I definitely want somebody in the top 15. You got me and Ige would be a fun fight. Me and Korean Zombie would be a fun fight. I don't know who else off the top of my head, but I think those fights would be fun. You got some guys that are outside of the top 15 that would be fun. But listen, I did that twice already. Guys, give me a rank guy next, right? Something that's gonna move me forward, because I know on Tuesday when the rankings come out, I'm gonna be at 14 still. So that fight was kind of just for a paycheck and for like an opportunity to make something happen, but it wasn't going to propel me forward necessarily. It was more so giving him an opportunity. I mean, it was his chance to get ranked, and it was just my chance to secure my paycheck.
Shane, you're my homie.
My dog.
Listen, I'm out of the game now, so now I see things differently, right? So my manager one time was, after your fight, right, and you get the mic and they're talking to you, like in that 30 seconds, that is your time to call somebody out, and they're going to hear it, and it's a fight that favors you because that's the fight you think you could win, right? And that guy's, I've been on the other end, like where someone's like, yo, I want to fight so-and-so, and I was like, oh my God, I was like, what? What do you say? Like, I'll fight him. Just, I don't care. Like, fuck that guy. I think that's to your advantage, and you only have like 30 seconds to get it out there, and that's the time to, boom, send it home, So Korean Zombie's next. I need you to take that one from me. I need him to fall.
All right. Well, hey, we shall see. But first things first, I'm technically not a UFC fighter right now, right? That was my last fight of my deal.
Get that money.
We got to get a new contract going. Let's go from there, and then once we're done with that, then we'll see who's next.
So real quick, for those at home who don't know, that is Dennis Bermudez on the mic behind. That is why it sounds so very familiar. You mentioned earlier, different when scoring a fight, different venues, different judges. Do you, as a fighter, if you hear a judge or you hear a ref, or even like they want to book you in a spot that you don't like, do you have ones you just like, oh man, this guy?
Yeah, I'm not gonna throw anyone under the bus, but definitely
Throw him.
I was about to say, please.
Awesome.
Maybe next time, but I'm not gonna do it right now. But yeah, there's definitely.
He's doing good in New York.
You got, yeah, exactly. You got to get these guys. There needs to be like a. I don't know what's the. Does anyone know what the requirement is to be a judge? Like what? I'm assuming they have to go through a course or something, right?
There's a course next week in Niagara.
And what is it? A one-time course, and then that's it. You're certified to be a judge. And what is it? 2 hours long?
It's all day.
Okay, all day. All right, well, that's better. But I feel is there testing? Like, is there yeah? Okay, so all right, so
there's one in Texas as well. I think also.
But is that one the same that's in Niagara Falls?
The one in Niagara is the ABC Boxing Commission.
And is it so? It's not the same.
Well, it's the Texas Boxing Commission, I think, down there.
That's the problem, because you gotta have it's got to be uniform. It's got to be universal.
Well, that's the problem. We made universal rules, but we don't have universal judging, if you will.
It doesn't.
Athletic commissions.
That doesn't make sense. And I see a lot of people complaining about the 10-9 point system, which it's not boxing. It's you got to judge it differently. How could you? It's completely different.
And also, not every location still uses the unified rules as well.
Exactly. So yeah, I think we could do a little bit better cleaning up the sport in that regard. Yeah.
How would you judge it? Mike, 77 WABC. How would you personally put into action?
Live scoring. I'm not too big of a fan of the live scoring. I don't think that's the way to necessarily do it. And
more judges.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. More judges, because you got 3 judges and 2 of them aren't that educated. Then there you go, you're fucked. But you got more. Let's do 5 judges in maybe a backstage room, because when you're watching a fight from the crowd, it's not necessarily the same as if you're watching it on TV. I think the TV is the best way to see it. So judges backstage, like in a room like this, separately too, not with no other influence, so they're not around each other. Like one guy's in the room over here, one guy's in the room over here, one guy's in the room over here. They're all watching it by themselves, and that's their job. They're getting paid to do that. So let's add more judges in a room by themselves. Let's do 5 judges. I think that makes more sense to me.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thanks, guys.